what I can do now, which is one of the things which I'll show you in a minute. I don't know, I've never had the worktop on. I've never had the worktop on the unit, so what I need to do is basically put where the fridge is going. I have brought the worktop with me, and then I can just have a look and see what space we've got and if we need to scribe it in on the back. But I'll swap you around for that. Yeah, none of this has been in the van, so I'm not sure whether I've scribed that unit too far back or I need to scribe this one further back. I know that unit needs to go over slightly. Actually, looking at the floor, it looks pretty straight with the floor, so it could be that that's straight, but we'll get the worktop in and then we'll have a look. We'll just get an idea, and then I'll explain about the hot water system. Looking at that, so going off this section here, I need to go back. Like I say, I've got quite a bit of overhang there. So what I'll do is I'll put the drawer in. If we put the drawer in, we can yeah, see, we've got a good 1.5 inch overhang on that, which is too much. So this section here, just let me so this section here is, like I say, it's hitting that, so we're hitting there, which is then giving us a gap down that side, and it's giving us a gap on this edge. So I need to scribe that in. That's where the unit's going. This main section of the unit is in place. So yeah, I need to have a look at that, and I need to basically get the 2 doors. So I need to fit these doors in here, and like I say, just check that measurement, check the hinges on them. So that'll give me how wide we need to be to fit the doors in, and scribe that top bit out. That'll mean that will push back. In that pushing back, it should hopefully close that gap up. So yeah, it's I like it. So from out here, it's looking quite good. So I have got a panel to put on that back bit, so I've got a panel which needs to go on there. I have got like a little bit of an upstand. I haven't put it on. I haven't finished it yet, really, to be honest, but I have got a bit of an upstand to go on the back of the unit, to go on the back of the worktop. And what I was planning on doing was fitting that, and then putting a light, like an up light on it, just so I'm not having the main big bright down lights. you know, just to give something a bit more subtle. So, well, yeah, it's something to go off. That's it. Now we know where that unit should be. I can basically start jigsawing that out, jigsawing this area. So jigsaw that so it goes back. And the good thing is as well, with me putting an upstand, see we've got a gap there. So if I put an upstand across there, it stops anything falling back. So yeah, it's like I say, we just got to have a look. So I'll just have a quick scan of everything. I'll get the doors. Let's say I'll work out the doors. I'll put them in place, and yeah, we've literally got to go back. We've got about, I think it's on this one, 2 lots. It's like I say, we've got 2 lots we've got to notch out around. So ideally, going off that one, what I'll do is I'll measure this front and measure this front to make sure it's running parallel. On this one, we've got about 25-30 mil. On that, we've probably got, like I say, I'll have to section out 2 bits around there. But yeah, it's getting there. Like I say, it's good to see this bit in. But what I was saying about, so where are we? Let's have a look where you're looking, and then I'll if you do it there. So the plan, originally the plan to get hot water in the van was to use a clarifier, and yeah, they're great. No, it's basically, it heats the water from your antifreeze from your vehicle, so when you're driving, it heats the water. This is smaller. This is actually smaller than what the clarifier is. So let me just see if we can get a tape. So that's 250 mil. That would be like 250 mil diameter. The clarifier is 300 mil. So it would be possibly up to about this height, and it's 600 mil long. So when I look at that, if it was to go to there, it would it's like I say, I would have about a 3-inch gap there and about a 3-inch gap here. So you're talking a unit that big in there. It's pointless having the cupboard. You've literally just wasted all that cupboard space just to have hot water. Then we've got to put the pump, expansion vessel and everything else in for the hot water to work. So it just didn't make sense. It was one of them. It was a case of, I've got it, everything's bought, paid for, but it just doesn't warrant putting something that big in this size van. So because I want hot water, because I want basically an outdoor shower, then I'll just get a Julka. I'll just get a Julka shower or something like that. What I am having an external gas point for an outside barbecue. So what I'll do is on the tanks, I'll just put an outside cold water point as well, and then basically I can just plug a Julka outside shower in. I can either have it on the side of the van or the back of the van and utilise that. To me, it's a shame. It's a shame to have all that space and then lose literally this much with a hot water storage tank. So I just, when I looked at it even more, it was like it's no point. It's not worth it. I'm just wasting so much precious space. The thing is, I've only got, like I say, I will have this cupboard area here as storage, but I'm probably looking at putting the pump, the water pump and everything in there. So we've then got this cupboard here as storage. So I'm limited. I know we've got storage underneath the rib bed if I need it, but the whole point is to try and build the van with as much storage as possible. And putting the clarifier in, it just takes up too much space. If it was a Mercedes Sprinter, if it was a Fiat Ducato, then yeah, in the garage space, that unit, so it probably will get used on, it probably will, like I say, I've no idea. I don't know whether to build another one of these. I don't know whether to build a big van. I know everyone's doing Mercedes Sprinters, but yeah, I don't know. But at the moment, that's going to stay open. Like I say, I've got a panel which goes across the back. I'll fit the panel, that's it. So that then is storage area. To me, having that as a storage space is more important than having a big cylinder. So let me know what you think, guys. Like I say, I know a lot of vans this size don't even have hot water, so yeah, let me know. I'm curious as to what you think. So I am, like I say, I appreciate people's input. So yeah, that's why clarifier is going, and we'll probably just go for a Julka outdoor shower. Right, I'll have a look at scribing the top of that unit in, and I'll get the cupboard doors. I'll put the cupboard doors on and see what space we've got, if we need to open this gap up or close this gap. So back in a bit. Hi guys, so we've just got the doors. I've got everything stored in cardboard boxes to stop it getting damaged. So yeah, I've just got the doors, and I'd say I've got a lot of space in this van. There's a lot of space. I was panicking when I was talking to you before. I didn't actually let on, but I was panicking, and the reason I was panicking is if you look down there, that's the inlet for my gas heater, for my diesel heater. And I was panicking that when I put the doors on, I would have to move the fridge unit further over. So I was panicking that that fridge unit would have to come more this way. And yeah, the panic stations were that if I moved it more this way, then the diesel heater inlet would be in the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little section out here. So I'm just going to build a little panel that comes down behind the front seat, and then I can have the outlet. I can have the diesel heater. Well, I can have whatever, but it's just utilised rather than having that. I don't know. I might even have it as like storage space for the table, or. But yeah, I'm happy that this section at the moment I've just got that in place just to stop, because the doors carry on going back. I have got pieces of timber which go across, which hold them in place. But yeah, I can now have a look. I can start looking and saying, you know, like seeing how things are getting fixed back. What I'm gonna do is I will scribe this worktop in and push that unit back so everything is where it needs to be, and then we'll see. But yeah, it's looking good. It is. I'm happy with it. It's because the doors are going in. It's throwing my line off on the front. So it's sort of showing me that the unit is running in against from the floor. So, but I can sort all that out. That's not an issue. I can get to all that now. So yeah, I'm glad that the doors fit. I'm glad that the diesel heater is in place. Hi guys, so just wanted to show you, it's going dark, it's a bit late, but yeah, managed to get the units in, managed to get all them fitted, and I've got the worktop scribed in, so I've scribed the worktops in. Say everything. I basically did the back of the pan inside the cupboard, so I'd already cut the ply, but I basically carpet lined that. So yeah, it's looking good. So, in case anyone's asking what I'm doing, the doors, so when the doors were done, basically the doors went all the way up underneath the worktop and right the way down to the bottom. And what I've done is, there was basically no provision really for a table, apart from putting the big donut in the floor. So what I've done is, I've cut the height of the door down, and I've taken about 50mm off the bottom of the door, just because I've got like a strip light, so when you open the door and the interior light comes on, that will come on. So what I'm doing, these were edge banded, and I'm not a lover of edge banding, so I took the edge banding off. So I've removed the edge banding. Can't see. there was a scrap one which I had, and it had a bit of edge banding on it, so screen went off then. So yeah, that was the edge banding. So what I've done is I've removed the edge banding and we're going to go for T-trim. A lot of people don't like the T-trim. The problem I had on the fridge unit, for some reason the edge banding got damaged, and it wasn't, the only thing I can think of is something fell against it, and yeah, I couldn't sort it out. Whereas at least with T-trim, if anything gets damaged, you can pull it off and redo it. Yes, you can T-trim a right angle. I'm not a T-trimmer, so I'm just radiusing the corners slightly, just so the T-trim runs round a bit better. So I've done one door, I've done the drawer front, this is the last door, and then I need to router out around the edge for the T-trim. So that's what we're doing. That's where we're at the moment. So hopefully that makes sense. It is literally 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, but it enables me to put a Mito rail for the table. It allows me to put one of them in, and it allows me to put a strip light along the bottom. So yes, it was something I had to come in and do at weekend. I had to cut these down, but now I'm just radiusing the corners, but hopefully it will look better.